Blessings, everyone. My screen has changed again. It's interesting because I get energy from the screen on the computer, and it's continually changing depending on my energy. So it's changed this morning. It's been very diffused and very energetic for quite a while now. And I did a show with Todd Medina on Facebook recently, and I put a link in one of the videos that I put out recently if you wanted to have a look at it. It was really fun. But I was a bit concerned about how my image was going to be, because there's a lot of energy around on the screen, but it was actually really good. So if you want to have a look at it, then check out Sology on Facebook and on YouTube, and type in my name, Soledad Maria, and you'll find it. So we're in the full moon today. It's an interesting moon, this. It does feel very clear, so I'm sure it's assisting me with what I was just talking about. But when I saw it last night and the night before very briefly, and it was a really big golden moon with clouds, diffused clouds, on the first night. And then last night I saw these it looked like a sun, and there was an aura around it that was very golden also. And then it stayed around for a while, and it became lighter and brighter, like a lamp in the sky. It was really amazing. So I'm feeling this full moon as part of the planetary shift. I did make a video last night, but it was sound, there wasn't any image on it, and I'll put it on the channel if you want to listen to it, because what was coming through was part of the shift in consciousness and the loss that's being experienced on the planet. So that's in the other video, with no image on it. I feel there's something to do with power coming through, and personal power, and how we perceive life. I've written about power in my book, and it's a different, well, I would say that it was a very different perspective of what power is supposed to be, or how it is in the 3D world. I find it really difficult to describe anything that's happening in terms of dimensions, because I don't really live in any dimension. I live in all the dimensions, so I experience everything, and it can be quite overwhelming. So power and the shift in consciousness, the movement towards ourselves and our own uniqueness and our authenticity is very much connected with our personal power and how we perceive life and how we experience it. But there's also a sense of how we are evolving as a human race, and this connection with the galaxies and the stars and the planets that are around us, and they're coming in to support our unique field of energy, this unified field that we live in. And our own uniqueness is really presenting itself. And I've spoken about this before, but it's really coming through our presence. It's not physical as such. It's really fully embodying and becoming the presence of the divine on earth. So I'm sure I made a meditation about this earlier, about the presence and about the embodiment of presence, our soul connection with source consciousness, where everything is alive within this field of energy, which is extremely profound. It's difficult to articulate or find words for it. There's also a sense of how the illusion and the distortions on the planet are assisting us as we move through this what I call the nonsense factor, and we learn to ignore anything that has to do with really anything other than our true self. So we can really experience life through a deep clarity inside, and you'll feel the heavens coming in to support you as you move through this. It's a very light and it's difficult to put this one into words as well, but it's both soft, heart-based, very gentle, and it's also powerful, because when we're connected with the source, then everything harmonises regardless of what seems to be going on in the outer world that we live in. Yeah. The outer world isn't always a reflection of who we are. It's not what I experience, and I don't feel that I've experienced that connection in a way that is consistent. When I step out, then I never really know what's going to arrive, what's there, and what presents itself. It can be a mix of energies, and it's like a dance where I literally move around in these energies and connect with the frequencies that present themselves. So, in terms of mirrors or anything that's discordant, where the harmony is out of balance, then I will come across these energies knowing that they're not a part of me, that they're energies that I've literally been called into to I guess to really experience my presence through this field of energy. And I see the energies fall away that are out of harmony, where there's disharmony. And I've been experiencing this. I feel that I've experienced it my whole life. It was part of my my own evolution as a soul, I feel. But also, I was not able to progress unless I was able to really step through these discordant energies. And I mean literally step through them. So I haven't been able to experience that mirror that people talk about in the way that others experience this. I do experience a great deal of love, and I've really had to feel my way through life, particularly as a woman, because I was very much a child who was surrounded by lots of male energy and authority, and it was very both protective and loving, but also there was this discordance that I'm talking about, which was part of the experience of the male, who was really being of service to this earth that we live on. And therefore the energies of the male would be something that I could see and also experience to a level. And then as I progressed, you might call it, but as I grew physically and became a young woman, I found myself very much living through this experience of both love and disharmony at the same time. So the neutrality and this divine neutrality that I talk about is very much a path that has been my life experience. Knowing how to stay in balance, even when the world around me didn't feel comfortable. And being moved around a lot, which has continued as an adult. It's been very powerful for me to maintain my balance and my embodiment personally. And always someone who danced. So I used to find that dance, and I still do, I love dancing. Dance was very much a spiritual practice for me. And I feel it's very much this connection with the goddess and this connection with the ancient source and ancient civilizations that I experience. And it's very clear to me when I tune into these energies and I can see these ancient places, these sacred places as well. I see them more clearly than I do what's in front of me. It's always been there, always. I've had messages coming through from places that were very connected with prayer, the Middle East, India. I really stepped into India and Tibet as a teenager, approaching my 20s, where I was seeing the Himalayas and everything was really clear to me, and I was, on a physical level, I was experiencing a lot. Very unsure of my path at that point. Not able to connect with anyone on this level, at ground level. It just wasn't there. So it's interesting, the journey that we have and how we experience it. Things have stepped in to waken me up, and sometimes it can feel shocking, is the word that I would use. But I feel it's all been preparing me for this time that we're living in just now, and where I can assist in any way. Just through my presence, I feel, but also through being able to communicate on a higher level, and really being blessed with this heart connection and very deep compassion. I have a very broad vision of life, where everything is constantly harmonizing. There's no separation from the heart. Everything is extremely it's beautiful, actually. It's really beautiful, but it's also a place that we're being guided into at the present time, to really step into the heart, to walk the earth with a power and strength, which is what the embodiment is about, and within the presence. So I always recommend meditation, finding ourselves connected with source consciousness and stepping into our meditation as a daily practice, but it becomes who you are. So we actually live through a place of meditation where we've embodied it and we become the meditation itself. So as you can hear, everything has been about dissolving matter in my own experience, and it's been about the recognition that we're more than this physical body, and being able to really be fully connected through this presence and the formless, which is, it's really who we are. It's extremely expanded and unified with love, and it's a journey of being able to just fully be and trusting that life is living through us, that we're exactly where we need to be in any given moment, and remaining in this neutral and very peaceful space inside. So I'm just sending a blessing through today. It feels as if the shift in consciousness is becoming less material, and the earth is really profoundly connected through the etheric and through this unified field. So we can feel ourselves as part of the greater and vast essence of life. And we can experience the beauty of being fully who we are. So I'm going to leave you with that. So I'm just sending a blessing through and lots of love to everyone. If you want to have a look at the channel, I've got lots and lots of videos on it because I've been making these videos for quite a long time. But each video that you choose to use, and it might be a video from a few years back, you can guarantee that it will be connected with what you need to hear in this moment, because they're all timeless. There are messages in the videos that I made going back a number of years that are very connected with what's happening now, and I just look out for that and enjoy. So I'll speak to you soon. Namaste.